Just when we thought the holidays would be quiet, the entire industry decided to drop everything at once. We have a confirmed code red at OpenAI with a panic launch of GPT 5.2 to stop their user count from bleeding. We have a Chinese model called DeepSeek Special that is beating practically everyone, and you only have a few hours left to use it. And if that wasn't enough, Disney just signed a $1 billion deal that effectively ends the copyright war and starts the licensing war. We're going to look at the benchmarks, the API docs, and the new tools you can use right now to upgrade your workflow. So let's dive in. First up, the biggest story of the week is what's happening inside OpenAI. Reports leaked earlier this week that Sam Altman issued an internal code red. Now we hear this term a lot, but this time it was specific. According to CNBC, OpenAI saw a 6% user drop in a single week. For a platform with hundreds of millions of users, a 6% drop in 7 days is a catastrophe. Why did this happen? Because Google's Gemini 3, which came out last month, has been eating their lunch. OpenAI actually paused development of their ad network and shopping features just to get all hands on deck for the model we finally got this week. On Thursday, they finally dropped it, GPT 5.2. This isn't just a patch, they released 3 versions. GPT 5.2 Instant, this is the super fast, low latency model for quick chats. GPT 5.2 Thinking, this is the reasoning model that competes with Google. And the last one, GPT 5.2 Pro, the massive heavy compute model. Let's look at the numbers because this is why you should care. On SWE-Bench Pro, this is the gold standard for software engineering. GPT 5.2 Pro scored 55.6%. And now look at Gemini 3 Pro, it was sitting at 43.3%. So that's a 12-point jump. In the world of AI coding, that's the difference between a junior developer and a senior developer. I've been testing the Pro model on my Python scripts for the last 48 hours. The biggest improvement is the hallucination rates. It's significantly less likely to make up libraries that don't exist. If you're a developer, you need to switch your API calls to this model today. The cost is higher, but the debugging time you save is worth it. But do not count Google out. While OpenAI was scrambling with their Google Code Red, Google just quietly flipped a switch for their Ultra subscribers and enabled Gemini 3 DeepThink. This is the answer to OpenAI's reasoning models. DeepThink isn't just a large context window. It uses what researchers call system 2 thinking. When you ask it a question, it doesn't just predict the next word. It simulates multiple possible answers, critiques them internally, and then delivers the best one. They are claiming a 46.4% score on the humanities last exam benchmark. For those who don't know, HLE is the hardest test we have. It contains questions from quantum physics, advanced mathematics, and abstract philosophy. Most humans score near zero. Gemini scoring 46% means it is approaching expert level problem solving in niche fields. It's so good that even Sam Altman had to tweet about it. Gemini 3 appears to be an impressive model. This is the new dynamic. Google and OpenAI are trading blows every single week. If you're doing complex research or physics problems, my testing shows that Gemini DeepThink is actually slightly more creative than GPT 5.2, even if OpenAI is better at strict coding. So we have OpenAI panicking and Google flexing. Where's Anthropic? Well, they're positioning themselves as the only adults in the room. Their CEO, Dario Amodei, gave an interview this week that was absolutely brutal towards Sam Altman. He said, point blank, "We don't have to do any code reds." He claims Anthropic isn't interested in the chatbot wars or making viral demos. They're focused entirely on high intellectual activities and enterprise reliability. And honestly, he's right. They just released Claude Opus 4.5. It isn't the fastest model, it isn't the cheapest, but look at the Genix scores. If you want an AI to go write a whole app or go read these 50 legal documents and find a contradiction, Claude is still winning. Why? Because it follows instructions. OpenAI models tend to get lazy or try to shortcut the answer. Claude Open 4.5 is rigorous. If you're building a software as a service product where accuracy is more important than speed, you probably still want Claude for your backend logic. Now, I need you to pay attention because this next story has a time limit. If you're watching this video the day I upload it, you might have only a few hours left to test this. The Chinese lab DeepSeek dropped two models on December 1st, but the community only realized how crazy they were this week. They released DeepSeek v3.2 and a limited version called DeepSeek v3.2 Spatial. The spatial model is explicitly designed to rival Google's Gemini 3.0 Pro in raw reasoning capability. And here's the kicker. It uses something called DeepSeek Sports Attention. This is the new architecture, reduces inference cost by 50% to 75%. Think about that. They're getting GPT 5 level intelligence for half the price. However, DeepSeek announced that the Spatial API is only available for community testing until December 15th, which is today. They're likely taking it down to refine it or sell it as an enterprise service. If you can't go to DeepSeek API console right now and run your hardest benchmarks, the fact that an open weights model is trading blows with Google's proprietary tech is the biggest black swan event of 2025. The gap between Claude and OpenAI is officially gone. While the giants are fighting over IQ points, Apple is quietly taking over the ecosystem. In a December update that went under the radar, Apple released their Foundation Models framework for developers. This allows app developers to run summarizations, rewriting, and visual interpretation on device. What does it mean? Privacy. While DeepSeek and OpenAI are fighting for the cloud, Apple is making sure your iPhone can do that work without your data ever leaving your pocket. The new update also includes improved live translation and visual intelligence. Apple is playing the long game. They don't need the smartest model. They just need the one that is integrated into the phone you're already holding. Moving on to the tools we actually use every day. Perplexity just dropped a massive update on December 12th. First, they added support for the new GPT 5.2 model we talked about earlier, but the bigger news here is Dream 4.5. This is a new image generation model from ByteDance that Perplexity just integrated. Everyone has been waiting for Midjourney V8, but Dream might be the sleeper hit. It has a cinematic understanding and perfect test rendering. Midjourney is great, but it's still stuck on Discord for many people. Perplexity integrating model this is good directly into the search workflow is a game changer for content creators. If you have a pro subscription, go in your setting, switch your image model to Dream, and try generating a thumbnail with text. You'll be shocked at how good it is. The news that might actually change pop culture forever. Disney has reportedly signed a $1 billion deal with OpenAI. They're licensing Sora, OpenAI's video model, to use with their IP. This is massive. For years, the question was, will Disney sue AI companies? Now we know the answer. No, they will buy them. This means we're going to see official AI-generated Star Wars scenes or automated background animation in Marvel movies powered by OpenAI. It also creates walled garden. You won't be able to see Sora to Mickey Mouse content. OpenAI will block that, but Disney, they will have a custom version of Sora that only knows how to make Disney content. The copyright war is over. The licensing war has begun. So looking at the board, who won the week? OpenAI has the raw power with the GPT 5.2 and the massive Disney bag. Google has the deepest reasoning lead with the Gemini 3 DeepSeek. DeepSeek is proving that open source can keep up, at least for now. Anthropic is winning the developers who care about reliability. It feels like the field is fracturing. You can't just use one model anymore. You need Claude for coding, Gemini for reasoning, DeepSeek for cost, and ChatGPT for general use. I want to know what you're using. Did you try DeepSeek's Special model before the deadline? Are you saying to ChatGPT? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.